on average playing. I think this is kind of the most that you could ask for any of the teams.
This is true. The only better ones that I've seen is the cutting it in half from top to bottom, right next to you, Lynn. Like that'd be the only better playing path for all these teams. But as we're sitting here looking at Nada Hobby, who managed to pull out their first chicken dinner of the series, nice little 6 kills, 16 points, and that puts them in striking distance to qualify. They still got a little bit more work to do, but they are now within striking. I think they need 9 points to hit that 8th place mark. So if they can manage to, keep that momentum going from that great game number 3 of day 2, I think they might stand a chance. But we were talking about the leaderboards earlier tonight, where we're like, we think teams that are in 12th to 16th, they're out of the running. Now every team except for 16th is, they have one good solid game and they are in it to win it.
Yep. Before the leaderboard pops up, I will remind you guys, currently Rats are on 49 points in 7th, then Tilt Town and Mighty God splitting 8th and 9th, and then TTG, sorry, I should say the numbers too. So we have 49, 47, 47, 43, and 41. I'm just going to wait until the leaderboard pops up because it'll just make a lot more sense then. But still, again, so many of these teams, like Isaiah was saying, you just need a single good game. Everything could turn in these last 3 games, which is why it's so much fun. Yeah, look at it there on your left. Zoom in if you need to, but I would say the dots... Wait, we were talking about the cutoff time frame. I think I said 61 points. You said 69?
I said 70.
You said 70. And then I think you said the split was 65. So
yeah,
it's very viable. Very, very viable.
Very, very viable. I will point out that Tilt Town managed to qualify for this round after round of 32 based off of placement points, and right now that's where they're sitting on top. That's how they're sitting on top of the Mighty Gods. They both have 47 points, but Tilt Town has 7 more placement points than Mighty Gods. So if they're able to just keep up with kill points with Mighty Gods, they very well might just stay in this to qualify. TTG, they were sitting in 7th after those very unfortunate first 3 games where they didn't have one, and then they just got got rotated into and wiped very quick onto the Tiago. They are now sitting in 10th, but still, all of these teams in very close striking distance of qualifying after just one more good game.
Yeah, I couldn't say it any better. But, looking back in the files on my brain, Tilt Town actually might have the highest, how do I say this? The highest amount of times I've ever seen a team just make it into the next round, if that makes sense. Like, it feels like they always just get in. Because, again, we were talking about a couple, maybe a year ago by now or something. But Tilt Town, it was like them versus Rats, and Rats got knocked out, and, they were denied points, and so Tilt Town came in. So, very interesting. And, if Tilt Town barely eke in again, I might go back through some recordings and see how many times they've barely gotten in. So, maybe it's just the couple of times that I'm thinking of, but... Tilt Town, they seem to just make it in a lot. So a lot of things, or a lot to ask for from the rest of the teams, but this has been such a fun lobby. But Back Monster, we've seen a lot of times, Not a Hobby, they're going to take some shots. Ballsack going to go down. Snowbird going to go down. And Not a Hobby picking up 2 kills on their closest contenders for the top spots. So good on them, picking up a couple of points, putting them just that much closer to number 8.
Those 2 kill points this early on into this game, that's absolutely massive, because last match they did not get any kill points till the very end. And if you're bad mood, that is the one team you do not want to just give points to right now. You don't want to give any points to anyone within 10th to 15th that are trying to battle it out for that 8th place spot. And they just rotated straight into them. Where are they on the map right now? Where
Top
is
left.
Not a Hot? Oh my gosh! What are you rotating up there, up towards the north for? You rotate straight down the road. Anyway, I digress. Not a Hobby is the one team you probably don't want to crash into if you're bad mood, especially if you manage to lose players to them to kill points. Oh my gosh.
Well, the M249 has been making an appearance so far this tournament, and Punich taking some shots, absolutely deletes IQ, but now he has to make sure that the rest of Rats don't get him. And we have Kuh coming in hot on his trails show as well. And where's the last one? I don't know where he is, but Beast Weaver, sorry. We believe he's Punich, so I'm going to call him Punich just because I'm used to it, so I apologize if it's not. But good secure, like you were saying, my bad.
No, you good. Good secure from Beast Weaver, but they got to be careful because you do have Despoon down there, and he did pick up a Panzerfaust. So he dropped his DMR for the Panzer, so you got to be very careful. Nice shots coming in onto Grant Atlantis from ShowGG, as they're going to trade a little bit of damage. Grant not able to make a connect. ShowGG with the headshot, double tap from the SKS. The oversight from Ka, making this very easy. First flashbang misses. Second one goes in. Despoon coming out, wide swinging with the Panzer. Gonna find the knock on the show. Gonna go to instantly secure it. But now Poonage coming in with the M249. And it's over. Show's over as Rats is just going to get absolutely demolished by Poonage with the M249.
Beast Weaver, he's not Beast Weaver, he's Faux Reaver, just negating so many of the teams, getting 3 kills, but victorious, fighting Gooners. The trades coming in. 2 are down currently, and actually, wait, it's just Kabooms who's here, right?
Yeah, no, I think that's right.
Yeah, okay. I mean, good on him to get 2 knocks, but by yourself, Victorious. The rest of them fighting Empire. Telling Victorious to back off. They only have 1 car, so now it is their clown car, seeing where they go. And right now, they're just going to take anything that they can take. And this neighborhood is not the easiest of... Like, it's a decent compound, quote-unquote, but the problem is that tires and keeping tires is such a difficult...
it's very, very difficult to keep tires here. But, like, how on earth did one of their members of Victorious manage to get towards center and the other 3 were nowhere to be seen there? That was maybe slow looting, slow rotate from the rest of them. Like, you got to get there. Like, if your teammate secures your center compound, your center zone, you got to get to them fast because you know a crash is coming in from these more aggressive teams. But speaking of aggressive, like, did you see that massive split from God Squad? You had 2 people center zone, and then you had Balefrost and the other member of God Squad sitting all the way up towards the north still. Like, massive split from that team. Was not expecting that. Maybe just a little bit late rotate in from them, but still, I was not expecting to see a split that aggressive.
Hey man, when you have enough talent, you can do stuff like that, and it's a-okay. But Duel gonna go ahead and take Neox Factory. Currently, they don't realize that they're the only ones here, but they are. So they have a little bit of time and space, and someone didn't protect their vehicle tires, which, I mean, fair enough, but yeah, especially actually it's Victorious that I had the biggest issue with not protecting their tires, because they only have 1 car and because they're in such a rough compounds. Keeping those tires is literally going to be primary, so them not doing it as early as possible kind of scared me a little bit for them.
We're just watching Gooners with their vehicles. Like, what's happening here? But a bunch trying to fix the vehicles from Greg Shot pulling them in. That's funny. But now Simply Matt taking some shots on over to Poonage. He's going to go ahead and take their tires, make it harder for them to rotate on out. EV tire gone and their Dacia tire gone, so that's going to make it a little more difficult for them to get out from inside of test track. But this is going to be an interesting one. Like, I need to see the map. I guess since it's about to close, they're about to pull it up here in a second. But where's I'm going to go from here?
Press that. You'll be able to see. Bring up to that.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm typing in chat.
I do want to say, as we have a little bit of a lull, thank you again so much to PUBG for giving us a clean feed. We really appreciate being allowed to cast this. We love casting, and I know that we all miss community casting, but again, just being able to get some exposure to show you guys anything of the rounds is a treat, so appreciate it. And the Observer, I don't know who it is, but thank you so much for doing what you do. Really appreciate it. And having the leaderboard there, the real live leaderboard, it is super nice, and it helps my brain because I love keeping track of it as it's live. So very appreciative of it.
100%, and I think viewers are definitely very appreciative of being able to watch their teams and whoever they're supporting and qualifying for the next round, be able to see what their kill points is, where they're sitting at on the leaderboard overall, like just making it easier. But as we talked about the zone earlier, pretty center zone in the middle of the map. Now Rondo is very popular for these very dramatic hard shifts. Let's see if we get that phase 2 hard shift. No, it's gonna center up on test track. Every time I've been in a scrim for Rondo or in these open qualifiers for round of 64 and 32, it was hard shift phase 2 every single time. Like, it would go center and then just hard shift south, like away from everybody. But so to see a center up here, this is going to be chaotic. There's going to be so many teams fighting inside of test track. This is going to be insane.
See, but the thing is that I've actually never seen an ending test track, even in pubs. So
Never. Yeah,
this
same.
is really weird to me. Like the only other circle I've seen is if it shifts north into those hills. But it's a very unique circle, and I'm here for it. I like it. But Duel, they do have a prio on to test track, and we'll see what they can do with it. God Squad, though, telling everyone to back off because this is their compound. I do not even know what people would call this compound. It's like, what, hoops?
Maybe. That's a good... I'm calling it hoops now. Or are these tennis courts? Are these basketball hoops?
I think it's
are these tennis
basketball.
courts? It is basketball. You are
Yeah,
correct.
hoops. All right, guys.
Hoops.
From now on, this compound is hoops. It just makes way more sense.
It does. All this hoops.
Yeah.
It does make sense.
Right?
Makes too much sense.
the more I think about it, the more I'm like, dude, I'm good at this.
Maybe because it makes so much sense, it shouldn't be called hoops. Let's
All
call
right.
it something else.
Stop using your logic. All right, we'll call it tennis courts. How's that?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Oh
But it's
my
a basket. It's tennis courts.
It's not basketball, it's tennis. Still, Gooners and ADR, they're going to be finding each other. T-Sock going to go down, and he is bleeding quick, and Greg Shot going to go ahead and confirm that kill. Adrenaline now have to back off. They got to be worried because so many teams are around them. Not a hobby. Empire, God Squad. It seems like everyone's trying to get their hands into ADRs.
Everyone is. But it's crazy. Out of all the teams to find the knock and the flush onto ADR, it was Gooners, and they're sitting in the center, the furthest point away from ADR compared to all of these other squads sitting on top of them. Just goes to show you just the absolute beamer that Simply Matt is when it comes to putting a gun in his hand. What is happening with Greg Shot?
It's a spec bug. He's not cheating.
No.
It's just a spec bug.
Nope, he's cheating. That's it.
I've seen that happen a lot. But wait, ADR is crashing right onto God Squad. Please go there. Sharp Shot. Well, okay. Sharp Shot gets 2. It's just Crazy Show left. And just like that, ADR, you kind of imagine that this might be the end of their run here. It was a good thought, but you do not want to run into that team. And Sharp...
Literally any other team I think I'd rather run into besides God Squad, Empire, or Duel at this point.
I was about to say, what if you run into Duel?
Pray that they just somehow manage to whiff everything as you drive away.
That's when you flashbang them in real life. You know, just like, hey, can you just... Dude, I can't see!
You tell your neighbor, hey, go run into a telephone pole by their house real quick. Kill their power.
That's horrible. Telling someone to run into a telephone pole? Isaiah, I don't know if I can condone this. It sounds like physical and personal harm, self-harm.
Center block on the gas pedal. You jump out. You'll be fine.
I disagree, but I think we're gonna move on before I get canceled by myself, honestly. If we're ever gonna take some shots over at Shane, but he's gonna get away. He did think about trying to return some shots, but decided to go and link up with the rest of his boys. Circle is closing, and we'll see where it goes. That I
Southeast,
have no idea.
South. Oh, it's gonna a little north, but pretty much center up on the test track still.
Northern donuts, you know, who doesn't love a good northern donut?
Little northern donut. Is it? Wait, hold on. The rocks up towards where TTG, isn't that where we? That's where we ended last night. That's where we ended yesterday for Rondo.
Like, it was, but a little bit to the right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a little further to the right. Hopefully this time TTG they maybe they give Lucid Freak a little bit more 5 so that he doesn't run out and they could just secure the dub this go around.
Well, they are going to be happy seeing MTG go down in the kill feed because they know that they are on their backs. The players do have access to a Twire, so they're able to see exactly where everyone is going into the next round. So literally after every single game, they'll be able to know exactly where everyone is in position. But as I say that, TTG going to lose one to Arson, and Outlaws, they got to be careful because forever they peek on over. They go ahead and take some shots. 9 almost goes down. He does go down. Gump getting the return, and actually it's going to be Outlaws taking this one so far. And Pandorino and Scooby need to figure out something between the two of them. They get some smoke sound trying to go for the reses, but it might be a little bit too late as TTG actually looking to go ahead and maybe pick up some third-party kills here. And the Observer, that happened to him too. I'm so sorry, but I feel that. He like tried to click to TTG and it just shifted like right past him to another random team in the distance. So I feel you and I'm so sorry. TTG though, they peek on over and Outlaws absolutely destroy forever, but now they do have to deal with all of TTG peeking on over.
It's going to be rough for them. Outlaws are down 2. Flush coming in onto 9. 9 is not going to get rezzed here, as now it is just Kirby and Nick, as TTG is going to look to try to see if they can't secure just a couple of more kill points, maybe try to make a bit of a salvage from the first 3 games being just an absolute blunder for them, just unfortunate as it was. Curvy just getting out of there, left Nick behind, is absolutely gone. Lucid going for the immediate flush onto Gump. He's going to find it, give them another kill point, and now Nick is also going to rotate on out of there. So now TTG are left completely alone to this northeastern side of the zone.
Well, it looks like Dot's got to be careful because Shane did go down immediately, and I believe that they're down to... No, they still have 3 up. Shane looks like he was being a scout, and it just did not work enough for him. But in about 30 seconds, we're going to go ahead and get the next zone, see where it goes. But Sky and the rest of Bad Mood in the middle of the circle. Tiltown on the edge, taking some shots over Victorious. Unable to connect, and... Why'd they stop?
Why did they stop? I don't know. I don't know if this was the play here. Not Chakuch manages to find a knock on a Doobie though, and Trimble manages to get the return knock on to Jimbo. So it is an even trade. Generally gonna go for the reposition, try to get a bit aggressive on this. He needs to be careful though because Skur, he's rotating back, away actually. He's kind of just leaving Chakuch and Jimbo to themselves, to their own devices to try to fight this off. Doobie is gonna die to the play zone as Jimbo is gonna get flushed out. They're not going to get the res on him, unfortunately, and generally going to try to take the secondary wrap around him. Skur looks like he took a bit of molly damage there.
Blue zone.
Blue zone. Little blue zone A damage. Skur going to get knocked by Trimble. Trimble going to go immediately secure the flush onto there, leaving just Chakuch in a 1v3. 1v2, as generally going to hit the drop shot onto Chakuch. Chakuch and Victorious getting eliminated with 1 kill point in 12th place.
This may be toxic of me, but I do not understand why they stopped at all.
Like, they didn't lose tires. They did not lose tires. They just decided to stop. I don't know why.
It's a rough fight to take, and okay, it's fine. I mean, Blue Zone wasn't hurting enough to really force Tiltown to move faster. So I think it might have just been a assessment that I disagree with. But I mean, it happens. That's how it goes in quals. So unlucky for Victorious. It does donut up again, and this is such a unique circle. Again, I have never seen this before, and I have no idea how it's going to play, but not a hobby on that north side. Probably just going to go to where Arson is. TTG able to take the road, and then Duel trying to keep the rest of everyone out, but Bad Mood. What the heck is happening? Do not know.
Absolute chaos as Bad Mood is just going to get util dumped by Outlaws, but Outlaws is going to get taken out by a Molotov, and he's going to get flushed out as well. So are there any real winners for this?
Mutually assured destruction. The real winners is everyone not there.
True. Outlaws and Bad Mood, they're going to both get eliminated, and now we're down to our last 9 teams as we go into this next zone. About to close in 58 seconds. Quicks is going to get taken out by Shinboy. Not a hobby down to a 3-man. They're going to rotate on out. Let God Squad and Empire fight each other on this northern side of the circle. Never mind. Shinboy wants all of the smoke with Not a Hobby. He is immediately pushing up, getting aggressive on this. He's like, I'm here for all of you. Oh, he's got the M249 too. This could be very bad for Not a Hobby. You just had a very good game 3. You guys need to secure... Mafu going to get a knock on an Arson. Now they're down to a 2-man.
Not a Hobby was looking solid for them, but again, things just fall apart. That is really unfortunate. But TTG, they have so much space. You can see in the distance south, the last member just kind of covering everything for them. They're playing this really well. Tiltown, though, it's not going to go too well, but it's going to be Duel and Dots finding each other. Penta trying to open it up onto Joshi, but he's going to be able to get away in time, and Duel need to figure out the way they progress from here. Back Monster going to go ahead and find Pat Caps. Still at 2v3, so I don't know if anything can really happen from this. TTG.
Oh, but Empire. Look, Empire's coming in for the backstab on the God Squad as Michael's going to try to go for a very nasty spray onto... Oh, got on the Shinboy, but... A Lynx? Oh, a Lynx is in play. God Squad do have a Lynx, but only one member is up. Balefrost, the last one up for God Squad. Gonna have to try to make something happen. It's not a hobby. It's now closing in on top of them. The good nade is going to be enough. Empire is going to take out God Squad. They're gonna get eliminated ninth. We have our final 8 teams, not a hobby, able to hold on. But look, now we got TTG. They're coming in to try to fight this as well. They want to get a little piece of this action, try to get some more kill points to make up for those last 3 games.
But look, the leaderboard is just getting tighter and tighter. Not a hobby. they're having a decent game so far. It's 5 points, and they're only 6 points off of 8th place. So anything can happen. 6th, 8th. What did I say? I meant to say 8th place. I don't know what I said. Back Monster, though, he's going to go ahead and find Adam, and Adam is far off away from the rest of his team, so he might be able to get the flush. Mafu, though, he is just south of them, and if Back Monster isn't aware, he could get knocked here. That's such a rough spot. Does he see him?
He saw him. He definitely saw him.
Okay.
He's not able to track where he went. Maybe he saw Lucid. No, he definitely saw Mafu closer up as well. If I'm TTG, I don't know. I kind of feel like I back off of this just a little bit. Maybe take the eastern side. Let Empire and Not a Hobby fight it out, because you do not want, like, what just happened to God Squad. They just got pinched between two squads. You don't want to be TTG and get squished in between Empire and Not a Hobby, especially in a position that you're sitting in.
I get it, but they also want points. They're in 10th. They're only 2 points away from Not a Hobby, so if they can go ahead and get 2 kills and eliminate Not a Hobby, this would be amazing for them. So I think they're just thinking and trying to be proactive with what they got. Lucid able to get away from one of Zolmox's bolty shots, but he's got to be careful. Gooners and Duel neighbors in their spots. And now Circle about to close in 50 seconds. MTG incredibly split. Lynxy needs to get with the rest of his team. Dots on that eastern side. Zolmox and Back Monster, they have to watch out for Mafu, as he's the only one alive, as Lucid did get flushed out by Michael. But Lynxy driving straight at Gooners, and he's going to be taken down.
What an absolute good spray by Simply Matt on the Lynxy as he drives up. He is very low HP, though. Going to try to secure. Trying to go in the middle of this. Is going to get found out by Savage. They're going to get taken out. Nice secure from Simply Matt onto Lynxy, as now it is just a 3-man 4 duel, as they're going to try to fight into this. Wooly going to find 2802 on top of the bridge. Going to secure himself a point, because they're not going to be able to get into him. Not a Hobby eliminated in 7th in the middle of this fight between Duel and Gooners.
Oh my
as we just util coming out, heavy utility coming out from Gooners, as they're going to try to make something happen. Icy Flex getting the knock on the Pentalaw, but now Mighty God's going to stab Gooners in the back. They're going to take some extra damage. K-Mine going to get flushed out by Vehicle Explosion, leaving just Pentalaw, and Pentalaw is going to get taken out. Or sorry, Wooly is going to get taken out, leaving Duel eliminated in 6. Gooners up to 6 kills, and they have a very strong position on the southern side of the zone that they can play off of. Take that 7.
Mighty Gods go down. Tilt Town, though. Tilt Town have been the silent gods so far of this game. They're up to 9 kills. They only have 3 players up, but still, this is a great game for them. Putting distance between them and 8th spot. 10 point difference, I should say. Michael, though, he's the last one alive. If Trimble can do what he's been doing for the past 2 days right here against Michael, this would be massive. But Michael, we saw him in a 1v3. He did extremely well. Tilt Town, if they can clear Michael, this will be such an amazing game for them on top of their already solid game. If they play it slow, they got this. Zone is going to push them all out, but it's going to push Michael first, as we have a 4v3, v3v1, and Empire with that solo player.
I think this is a good call from Tilt Town to back off of this a little bit and, you know, reconvene, because you do not want to get shot in the back by Gooners that are sitting over towards the southern side of the zone, and you also don't want to get third party from Dots, which looks like that they are attempting to do right now. Michael spots out Trimble on his rotate out, going for the headshot. Trimble with an absolutely amazing quick peek headshot, taking off the helmet of Michael, leaving Michael completely defenseless. Cracked vest, no helmet. Trimble just... what a player. Oh my gosh, like you said, like he is definitely one of the best players that are not on like one of the absolutely insanely high like the pro teams or the really high like retired pros that manage to put a squad together. But it's going to be Simply Matt. Simply Matt is going to find out Trimble, and he is going to get the knock, not able to secure the flush, as General Lee manages to find out Michael, eliminating Empire in 4th.
Still, no matter what happens, this is still a very solid game coming out from Tilt Town. They cannot be upset with how they've played this. But Rez coming in, they eliminated Empire. They're kind of hoping the Dots and Gooners are going to fight each other, but with this position, they should just naturally push on to Tilt Town.
Simply Matt with a nice beam onto Trimble, and now Gooners are going to drive by. Gooners, Icy Flex, and Greg Shot just going to drive straight into poor General Lee, leaving just one member, Savvy, the last one up for Tilt Town, as he's going to try to see if he can't make something happen. Util coming out from Bliss, going to see if he can't try to secure something onto them as they're trying to take their fight into it. Savage, last one up. Is he going to be able to make something happen? Is he just going to deny to the blue? That looks like that's no. He's healing it. He's out healing the blue, but they know where you are. They have your number. Maybe he's just trying to delay long enough that Dots comes to push him. Maybe he can get a little third party going and maybe secure a couple more kill points.
The hope
No,
from
phase
Savvy.
7.
Can he?
Phase 7,
Can he
no.
pull a beamy? Never mind. I
No,
lied.
phase 7. Phase 7 chunks, but nice job, Tiltown. Nice little 10 points, 10 kills in a third place is nothing to be scoffed at. And now we got Gooners, we got Dots fighting it out. Bliss with a nice little AUG spray down onto Bunt. As now Icy Flex is looking to try to see if he can't secure this knock onto Bliss, who has the height on the backside of this shed. Gonna be very difficult to take him down, but he does need to be very careful. Matt is in a very good, strong anchor position to work something happen, but then you also have Joshi, that is pushing up onto Matt. So
that's exactly what I was going to say. Joshi with the flank could be massive for them, but looks like Matt is completely aware, but he's not close enough, I don't think, for a nade. Spicy, though, holding an impossible angle, it feels like. Icy throwing stuns, trying to mess with his head. The smoke and the flames. A little bit weird. Joshi trying to get a nade, but it's a little bit of a Hail Mary. Matt with a good stun. Spots out Joshi. Should get the... He doesn't get the knock?
he does not. Brings him down to 1 HP. Very good spray down. And now it's going to be Icy Flex. He's going to swing out in a drive-by.
Well
get
played.
the knock on a Joshi. Simply Matt with the flush. And now it is a 4v2 as the Gooners are just absolutely slowly picking off Dots. Last two members, Spicy and Bliss. Now, we've seen Bliss do some really insane stuff, but is he going to be able to pull off the 2v4 versus Gooners?
Well, I think the main thing is that, honestly, Matt, them encroaching upon Joshi as soon as they found it and as soon as some damage was done to him, that was a beautiful call. Making sure that they all could just sweep on over, isolate that fight, and then take this one. Beautifully played. I don't know whose call that was. I think it was Bunt's. But
I think Bunt is IGLing Gooners.
Icy Flex gonna go down. Spicy hits all those shots. He's just holding the angle, waiting for Drake shot to make a move. He gets a headshot. Bunt with a JS9, an absolutely lethal weapon. Spicy is playing. Oh, but Bliss goes down.
This absolutely insane showing from Gooners. Gooners going to absolutely mop the floor. This lobby just absolutely goes the Gooners' way. They had insane positioning early on. They were able to just absolutely mop the floor with all the other opposition pushing into them. 12 kills with the first place gives them 22 points. And with that, Gooners have dethroned Duel from the first place position. They are now sitting in first place.
Yeah, Duel hasn't had as big games as they did yesterday, but again, we're seeing those teams closer to the bottom doing really, really well. So again, that's qualifying.